Hey guys, I'm pretty excited. I get to talk about one of my favorite things as we move into the pressure portion of the defense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 3 deep, 2 under defensive packages. And we do a lot of them. I think we're going to change them around a little bit, maybe in their presentation. I really like it. I'll share some of that with you today. So some general thoughts on coverage. All right, you need to mix your coverage. Okay, you need to mix your coverage with your pressures. Too much of the same thing creates problems. I think that might hurt us. I think we've been a little bit too heavy in the zone pressures lately. You got to play man pressures. You got to play zone pressures. And this year we're going to get back into the man pressures. And one thing I'm going to tell you is this: if you're going to bring a zone pressure in a pass situation, and it's like 3rd and 6, you're just like whistling into the wind. All right, because they can rise up and throw the hitch before you can get there. So if you're going to pressure on 3rd and 5, you're going to pressure on 3rd and 4. You better make sure if you think they're going to pass that you have the right coverage involved with it. I'm going to just share with some of these with you because I think they're pretty good, and they've been really good for us for the last 3-4 years. We're going to move them around a little. We're going to change some things. I'm going to show you a little of those today later, but I really like it. Okay. The first thing I want to do is teach you the coverage concept. We are really going to do this. We are going to cover the secondary with 3 guys deep and 2 guys under. Okay. Now, we use them as run stoppers, 6-man pressures. All right, the 6-man pressure forces the quarterback to only have one option, okay? What we talk about in this is we need to bring pressure, and we got to get home before the quarterback gets to the second option. Our kids that are underneath the 2 kids who are called magic droppers or skiff players, they got to take away that first option. They are the underneath droppers. They have to take away that second option in a pass situation. And what happens is we got to make the quarterback, when he turns to the second option, we have to make him feel the pressure, okay? The first thing is this. Our magic droppers have to know the internal routes. If they're 2x2, and they're going to run, double slant, they got to know that. If they're 3x1 and they're going to run like spacing and use the inside spacer as a hot route, you have to know that. They have to always remember skiff, seam, curl flat. And what we do is we teach them eyes on the quarterback, man, eyes on the quarterback, and attack that first option and let the eyes pull you to the skiff player. So here's how we do this, all right? Here's my 3 deep, 2 under structure. Here's a seam runner, here's a seam runner. I want my corners to show more press than we have in the past. You know, we didn't do it as much last year, we didn't play as much man. We're going to this year. But my bear and my wolf are my seam runners, my magic droppers, and they are identifying these 2 kids. And they have to know what their routes are. All right, if they go 3x1, okay, my bear is the skiff player over 2. My spur from his poach alignment is the skiff player over number 3. The problem with that is when we get 3x1, all of a sudden all hell breaks loose over here to the boundary. So what we do is we squeeze our corner man for man on that guy, and we give our Will a call. Now listen. I let my kids name stuff, okay? So when he is rushing from the outside and he has the tailback on the swing, it is a McLovin call. It is a McLovin call. And then the corner plays man when he hears McLovin. That's 3x1 with the tailback in the boundary. Now, if they come out and empty, as we identified back here, they have 2 seam runners. We have 2 magic droppers. If they come out in empty, okay, we take one of our kids off of the 6-man pressure. It's always the banger. He's the extra guy, and he matches 3, and the wolf now is the seam dropper over number 2 weak. So let's take a look here. Oh boy. 2 in the backfield. We're going to bring both guys internally. 42 skiff, 28 skiff, 3 deep, 2 under. Here comes the pressure. Beautiful. And we get the pick. Pressure forced the pick. He held the ball on the slant, and we score on defense. It is fun to score on defense. All right, that and special teams, the biggest way to have turnovers. So let's talk about some of these blitzes. All right, the first one I love is Blade. And Blade, we are going to attack the offense. You know what I get tired of? I get tired of like that big fat tackle coming off and zone blocking. I coming here to block the tackle. What we want to do with this 3 technique is we want to pick it. What we're going to do is we're going to have him drive that tackle. He's going to shoot his hands, and if he gets the opportunity, he's going to rail his. Okay? If the tackle comes down on him, we are going to strike him. We're going to bring the stud with big eyes into the A-gap. We're going to let our A-gap tackle transfer to the B-gap. We're going to let our Mike hit the A. We're going to let our end play technique unless he's got a McLovin call. Okay, he's going to play technique and get width and pass. Our edge player comes off the edge, and he comes with great speed. That's the red side. That's where the heat's coming from. The blue side is cool because they're disguising the blitz. And if the backer comes off the edge and the end man on the line of scrimmage comes to zone block him, he comes under. If he blocks down, we spill. Now, Blade is a great call for us. Let's take a look at some Blade here. All right? You're going to like some of this. Now, this is good stuff. Here we go. Here's my pick. Here's my bang. There's my loop. Oh, he's coming free. Is there anything better than the sack? I mean, come on. Is there anything better than the sack? It is a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. This is not going to be a sack, okay? It's going to be a pressure that causes a pick. Here it comes. He's coming off the edge. There's the loop. And he's going to throw it. He's going to get stroked. He just puts it up there. And whoo, good guys get the turnover. That's good too. Pressure and turnover, that's good too. We love Blade. Maybe we've used it too much. Maybe we've used it too much, okay? So here's the same play from the field. Let's watch our structure of our coverage. Let's check the 3 deep, 2 under. Okay, tailback's here. We don't worry about it. He should squeeze him a little bit more. Okay, we got a good jam on the seam. Look at that. Look at that. That is outstanding. Look at the jam on this. Look at little Johnny. He's just a sophomore for us. Okay, I started 3 sophomores on defense last year. 9 of them are coming back. Okay, total. Watch him jam this. Good. He can't get off. He hangs the ball, and there we go. Go get the ball in the air. I don't know about you. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Okay, now, torpedo. I think we got to get back to running more torpedo. I love this stunt. Okay, on the red side, our backer comes and he does that same edge stunt. He comes right at the face of the end man on the line of scrimmage. Usually it's a tight end. If he comes down, he bends. If he comes up, he zones underneath it. Our stud does the same thing on the tackle. If the stud comes high, he comes underneath it. If he comes down inside, we come to spill. Our 3 technique goes to the A gap. Our 1 technique tackle takes a trip to the B. Our end, unless he's on a McLovin call, is going to play technique, and he's going to get width and pass. If he's on McLovin, he's got to have that tailback. Our Mike's on the cool side. The heat's coming from the red. The blue's the cool side coming from the skies, coming from the A-gap. I like torpedo. We actually ran a 5-man torpedo here because our Mike missed the call. But coming off the edge, and it's good for us. And I'm going to show you how this breaks down. Okay, if you don't do the blitz right, I'll tell you how. I will show you how it breaks down from the end zone. Because blitzing is all about little things. It is all about little things. I hope I have this on here. Yeah, here it is. Now, beautiful. Now, blitzing's about little things. Little things make things happen. What did I say about this guy here? He comes off. If this tackle comes to his face, he comes underneath. If he comes inside, he spills. Well, watch what happens here. He comes here. Get your ass into this gap. If you get your tail into this gap, you shorten the edge. And Philly can tighten it up, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to get home. And he's going to get the sack, but instead, the play gets pushed. Let me see if I can run that again for you. Okay? If my end comes underneath, he comes up, get under it. Get under it. Except he hangs up. Someone's going to make that play. Someone's going to make that play. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. A3C. A long time ago, I worked for a great coach on the offensive side of the ball. His name was Carl Buck Nystrom. Some of you old guys might remember Coach Buck. He used to always talk like this. And he'd say to me all the time, Colorado guys, you guys remember him. He was out here at UC twice, okay? He would say this, Foxy, when you coach, you got to coach to your lowest common denominator. I was like, what do you mean by that? He goes, you got to coach the kid who doesn't get it. Okay, so when we first put in the A stunt, I had 2 linebackers that were great kids, but they couldn't remember where to blitz. So we called the blitz A. So they would blitz the A gap. And when they blitz the A gap, we spark our tackles to the outside of the B gap. My ends play technique, the pass shows, they get width. Our backers show it too much right now. We want to hit it from about 2.5 yards. And they are coming on the stunt, and if they get any form of lead, they're going to spill it. They're going to spill it. The B stunt, well, if they went A during the A stunt, they're going to go B on B stunt. And in the A stunt, they're going to spark into the A gap, the tackles, and the backers are going to go B. This used to be a great stunt against ISO people. Anybody play you with a lead block, what do? You spill it. You know, we've done some 30 stuff in 6-man pressures where we bring kids off the edge, okay, and we spike our 2 ends, and we bring the mic opposite. We ran something called bullets. We've run bazooka, which is a game in here. These are all good. And I'm not saying we don't run them, but what we need to do is we need to incorporate a few more, but we got to use them if we put them in. Okay? I got some cuts and coverage on 3 seam, okay, and some different looks. Here's some spread. Here's our skiff player. Here's our skiff player. They do a great job. You know, we get a good deal. Okay, this is just the blitz, double B. They leave the backer, and, you know, we're free to go. We're free to go. Here we are again. Here's our skiff player. Here's our skiff player. We're going to bring internal pressure, it looks like, in a B stunt. He's skiffing over here. He's matching up. He's a little late. Quarterback doesn't see it because he's got immediate pressure, and things go well. Okay? And things go well. I'm going to move up just a wee bit. Okay? Because this game, these kids, you know, they struggled with the blitz, and we brought it a ton. And, you know, we did. We brought it a ton. And, you know, we got some other people. These guys are pretty good too. Okay, this is from 2 years ago. We struggled to move the ball on offense. I thought we played pretty solid defense. We're showing the press coverage. Okay, he should see number 3. We're bringing internal pressure. They're running inside zone play against us. We love it in run-down situations. Okay, here they are. We're bringing a zone pressure. They run speed sweep. That's actually torpedo. He comes in underneath, and they run right into it. And there may not be anything that's, you know, if you're an offensive coach, you get scared, man. You run speed sweep or power read, and your quarterback gives the ball into an edge stunt. You're like, holy schmoly, is that bad? Okay, because we're coming with an edge stunt here. Oh, it's torpedo, it's blade. You know, all of a sudden, boom. If he'd have just come, he'd have ripped his ears off, and we'd all been really excited. Okay, so let's head up to another one we've run. And we run a lot of these. All right, here we are. This team's very good, very good. We're running a torpedo. My end's giving it away a little bit because he's got the kind of tight hips. All right, they come to run the ball. Should have came underneath it. He would have stroked it. All right, we run to the ball. We play pretty well. Here we are, opening play coming out of the half. We need to play. We're running torpedo, skiff, free. All right, and we get home. That doesn't happen often where we get the one-on-one. But when it gets home, it's pretty. Everybody loves that. Everybody loves when he gets home. Now, here we are against a tunnel screen. Really good player. You know, we're showing our drill, that our team pass drill is what we're doing. We're bringing pressure inside, and they throw tunnel screen and watch our kid retrace. You know, that's an outstanding job. Okay, here we are again. We're showing pressure. They think they have man up top. All right, Jacob goes up and takes the ball. Outstanding. We love 3 deep, 2 under as we move ahead in our 4-2-5 defensive system.